Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. Just welcoming you back. I've been on a little hiatus just because some controversial topics were brought up to me, and I just thought I'd rather lighten the mood. We did have some mass shootings, and to me, gun controls, it needs to be reorganized and a lot more background checks and checking in with cops and proving just, all that stuff. Because we're obviously giving guns to very unstable people. I'm not going to say mentally unstable because not all these people are mentally unstable. A lot of these people put planning and effort and they just hate people that much. That being said, I'm going to move on to a podcast that hopefully will brighten your day if you're a Star Wars fan. So episode 9, speculation, is what we're going to talk about today. So episode 9, what to expect. And we're going to jump right in. Do Kylo and Rey still have that Force bond? I think they do. I don't think Snoke breached their minds. But Rey and Kylo are so strong, especially together. Will this be a redemption story for Ben Solo? Not so sure. Because of Carrie Fisher's, untimely death, you'll never see her and her son together. I at least I don't think so, unless they have some footage from episode 7 or episode 8. I know they acknowledge each other in episode 8, but it would have been nice to see them together. But unfortunately, Carrie passed away, and it was very, very hard for Star Wars fans. She may have brought him back. Maybe they had extra footage. From episodes 7 and 8. But Fisher's daughter, Billie Lourd, has had a flat no to CGI. Now, Carrie Fisher's brother, let's back up. Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, said Carrie will not be in this film. Now they've changed their tune. Her brother goes on a Star Wars podcast and said she will definitely be in the film. So, the CGI in Rogue One was not Gareth Edwards' best thing. I loved Rogue One, but the CGI was a little off the top. I personally think CGI is silly. I'm glad that Rian Johnson went back to the Frank Oz puppet. It's a little bit more high grade of a puppet, but it's still more Yoda than, a green screen and whatever. Then there are times when it's necessary, I guess, but so we all want CGI, we all didn't care about the CGI from 1, 2, and 3. It was ridiculous. And George Lucas, that is one of his big follies. It wasn't the stories. It was all the ridiculousness when it came to CGI. It was just, it was a little cheesy love story, but it made our characters who they are. Moving on. What elevated Rey's powers? Was it the ancient Jedi texts or Force Ghost training? As Kylo digs farther into the dark side, he may not know that Luke saved Darth Vader. I'm not sure. I'm sure he knows Vader's his father, Luke's father, because he knows Vader's his grandfather. So, but does he know that Luke was the one to bring him back? There's so many weird theories out there. Some a little far-fetched. Others, plausible. So I give it up to those who are plausible. I'm not going to name names. They know who they are. The people that just went out of their mind with, speculation and theories. It got a little The one thing I don't agree on is I heard on a YouTube video that was made by an unnamed source that they think that Rey is the light side to Kylo. So, like, they were split up, their DNA was cloned. I don't believe that shit. Okay, moving to my theories, which will also be outlandish, but not as much as, mine are a little bit more down to earth. My theory is Kylo was lying to Rey about her parents. That's kind of a given, I think. Maybe it's just denial from all of us. Rian Johnson put together a cinematically beautiful movie. There's so many things I could have done without, though. Like the casino planet. I mean, there was no point to that. And DJ's stuttering. Come on. It's just stupid. Anyways, I think he lied to get her to join him. I thought if she thought she had nothing to lose, she'd go over there. But, that's a given. I don't think she's a virgin in the Force. I don't. She's obviously not a prime Jedi because she couldn't move the water in episode 8, and only the prime Jedi can use that power. And if you notice, Luke Skywalker is harnessing that power to reconnect with his sister. I don't think she's a virgin. Virgins. She obviously had two very Force-sensitive parents, I think, personally. Or maybe they hung out with Lor Santeca, who's from the Church of the Force. One leak is that Rey and Kylo will have an anti-gravity battle. And that would be like one of the gravity generators shut off, maybe his ship or just a destroyer they were on. That would be dope. I would love that. It's different than the Leia scene because that scene was just ridiculous. Carrie Fisher executed it perfectly, but all of a sudden she can fly through space. I don't even know if Luke Skywalker can do that. I mean, he can project himself somewhere else, which he did in episode 8. However, you don't see him out in space. So anyways, for me, the poster doesn't give a lot of spoilers. But with J.J. Abrams, the little hints dropped they're fun. Like in The Force Awakens, Rey tells BB-8 about Kelvin Ridge. Stay off Kelvin Ridge. The name Kelvin was also in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. That is his homage to his grandfather. Now, let's address the Knights of Ren. It's finally happening. We're going to get the Knights of Ren in this movie. What are they doing? What have they been doing? Where have they been? Popular theories think they were looking for Vader's lost lightsaber, only to find it in pieces. So they take the pieces of the broken Kyber crystal, and Kylo, from what it looks like, has his helmet reconstructed with them. Because if you notice in the teaser trailer, a very hairy monster is putting his lightsaber back, together, and you see all these red lines. And I don't think that's from the welding, because the lines are on the side of it, and they're working on top of it. I think he took those Kyber crystals and plugged them into his helmet. So let's talk about Force Ghost. Obviously, Luke Skywalker. I'm hoping Ewan McGregor reprises his role as Obi-Wan. Yoda is a given, but will we see the resurrection of good Anakin? I mean, I hope, but I think Vader is playing both sides because in The Force Awakens, he's obviously talked to Kylo because Kylo says, "Show me again, the power of the Force. So obviously, again, I think would mean he's talked to him. But I think, yeah, Vader's playing both sides. Rumors are the Emperor will use Doctor Who's star Matt Smith. Either he's a clone, like in the canon books. It's not far-fetched looking at what was happening on Camino, with the clones. Exciting for me is Billy D. Williams reprising the role of Lando Calrissian. In the teaser trailer, he has on the exact outfit from Solo that he met Han Solo with. I mean, maybe to pay homage to our fallen hero Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford has wanted Han Solo to die since being frozen in carbonite. He didn't know whether or not he was going to come back. My guess is they offered him a shitload of money and he was like, sure. But I think, yeah, he got a pay raise to come back. Now Kerry Russell's character almost looked like a bounty hunter. Is that good or is that bad? She could be working for Palpatine, but mostly an unpopular theory. The big thing is she is the love child of Luke and Mara Jade, who's another Force-sensitive, another Jedi. Something I heard that seems far-fetched, but just crazy enough. Anakin and Luke's lightsaber may have memories, which is crazy enough to be true. The Kyber crystals may be a sentient being that makes memories with its owner. Now let's talk about the Empire and the dark side. Obviously, Kylo's got his shit together. Even got his own ship called the Ravenger. This is just part one of this podcast. I'll explore, whether or not these ones are credible or just ludicrous or just somebody wanting to get on YouTube. Like, I've noticed there's a guy on YouTube and he does Star Wars content almost every day. And I've noticed when you go on YouTube, it always says important information or Rey's parents revealed or huge spoilers, and they're not. It's just people trying to get him to his channel. And, he seems like an okay guy, but come on, dude, stop lying. So I'm going to end this pretty early because I'm going to work on the second part of this, which we're going to discuss. Will Kylo die? Being redeemed. Will he just be redeemed? And that brings balance to the Force. Maybe it wasn't Luke all along. And it just had to do with Anakin, bringing balance to the Force. How long it took him to do it? Well, that's a long time. But, so there's much more to talk about. I couldn't fit it in 15 minutes because I get 15-minute podcasts. But I welcome your thoughts, your theories. Please find me on Instagram. It's Steph, STEPH _2 TO _the _dog DOGG. Or you can find me on Facebook at Steph Dog, STEPH DOGG 241. You can find me there on Facebook. So, you can send me PMs. You can do whatever you need to do. I mean, give me your feedback. I really want it. I really do want it because I want to know what other Star Wars fans think of. Because everybody's having their own idea, and I think it's amazing. And so the next podcast I get into will be about my ideas, as weird as they may sound. But hopefully I'll get that up and running today. If not, y'all have a good day, a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.